Alright guys, welcome back. Since our last video, it's now 2020. I'm in January at this point. Last time I played this was back in like the middle of December, I think. And we're gonna go ahead and continue along with Speaking of Alphinaud and see where this leads us. They say you duel General Bond with a ring of flames, and not think that man so ostensious with that I could have seen it. After we parted ways in Matoya's cave, I returned here to speak with Ataru. I agreed to tell the others only that our search for Mephilia is reaching an impasse. I subsequently learned that you had left for Falcon's Nest, but I thought it'd be best to keep to myself for a time. I won't rely on you overmuch when we are together. I need to think, to reflect. I still do suspect that matters here seem to be coming to a head. In short, there are some things I feel I must say, though nothing so urgent that I cannot wait until after the conference. So let's make for Falcon's Nest and see if Lord RTL has need of our assistance. Alright. Last time I played this, I was having hitch-ups between the voice recording and the video recording, especially when it came to loading screens, and I hope that's not so much the case anymore. I don't know, every time I turn around there's something weird going on with this. I'm not sure what to expect. Oh, we need to go to Falcon's Nest. Okay, I thought we were heading somewhere here. Alright, I guess we'll see with this loading screen here in a moment, see if that's not happening anymore. Otherwise I'll have a lot of editing to do. Okay, it appears that it's not happening anymore, so maybe it's just some weird thing with my computer at the time. Okay. I don't have to worry about that now. But yeah, at the time, the last video, I had to realign the voice recording with the video recording because every time it would load, the video recording would lose like 3 seconds with a freeze in the middle of a loading screen. I don't know why. Well, met Mistress Scorched Dust, and thank you for looking after my brother. They say he fought bravely, that he did not dishonor his house, but you, my lady, to you we owe everything. As you can see, we have made every effort to strike while the iron is hot, so we've made our intentions known, and that all will be welcome to attend. And so they came, by the grace of the Fury, they came. The ceremony will not be a lengthy affair, but there's still much to be done. I'll speak with you more, but I must see to my duties. As for you and Master Alphinaud, will you do naught but enjoy yourselves, is that clear? If I need to beg your assistance again, I will have words. Alright. Well, there you have it. We have been forbidden from meddling. Shall we wait, or have you other matters to attend before the ceremony begins? Let's go ahead and see the ceremony. Excellent. I only hope Thancred and the others will not be late. Alphinaud events do not come around very often.
The appointed hour approaches.
Aye.
She begged leave to watch the proceedings. I saw no reason not to grant it.
Should I choose to deviate from my prepared remarks, I ask that you trust in my judgment.
Have I ever done otherwise?
How long it hath been since our peoples met thus, children of Thordan, even by our reckoning.
Vidofnir, daughter of Hraesvelga, we give thanks for your visit, and bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest.
Our sire bade us hearken unto the whispers of our hearts. They spoke to us of a paradise lost, of bonds of brotherhood which they yearn to see restored.
Ours too yearn for such a restoration, and they have guided us here this day, that they might yearn no longer. Brothers and sisters, ye who stand as witness, hearken to me. Since the days of Eld, when the bonds betwixt man and dragon were sundered by our hand, our peoples have known only war. Bloodshed without end, losses beyond counting, and still we fought. And still we fought. Some wounds do not heal. The dead cannot be returned to us. But we, the living, can yet choose another course. Here and now, we can lay down this burden, this hatred, this vengeance. Our forebears fought not so that we could die, but that we might live. So let us honor their sacrifice and spare our children this death sentence. Let us gift them a new legacy. Life.
Betwixt our peoples yawneth a divide deeper than the deepest abyss, wider than the widest sea. Generations will live and die ere this divide is bridged. Knowing this, doth thy heart yet yearn for peace, son of Thordan?
Look now on the legacy we would leave to our children. A dream of peace, inscribed in stone for generations to come.
Father and his beloved, as they were so long ago, happy and at peace. The dream they shared shall be ours once more.
child of Dravania, art thou grown so forgetful that thou wouldst forsake kith and kin and consort with the spawn of Thornton? That thou wouldst dare contemplate peace? Hearken unto me, all of you! The final chorus is nigh, and all will be held to account. All will bathe in the flames of retribution. Till the coming of that day, look you on your sins and despair, for none shall escape my wrath. None shall escape my revenge!
7 hells.
Take that worm! While he lives, we'll never know peace.
Aye! There'll be no end to this war till Nidhogg is dead and gone!
So let's kill the bastard and be done with it! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Here they go, the last of the guests. Having come hither with hope in their hearts, they depart with hatred and bloodlust. Till the moment I saw him strike, I still held some hope that what you had seen in Al-Zilal was an illusion, perhaps, but he acted without hesitation, as did Sir Ermek. For mercy, Vidofnir's wound was not mortal, or so Lucia tells me. The dragon was spirited away to Annex Shrine to receive care from her brethren. We can but hope her recovery is swift. But such was surely Nidhogg's intent, to deliver a proclamation not only to the children of Thardon, but to his kindred. War is coming, and ye who do not stand with us stand apart. She was an example, a message to a brood. Another instrument in his vengeance, like Essenstein. Jeez. When I said I wished to speak with you after the conference, to converse on Vazir's rather happier circumstances. If anything, however, this latest tragedy makes the need more pressing. There are things I must say. Not to the Warrior of Light, or even my fellow son, but to you, Narn, my friend. But not here, no. But of course, the intercessory in Camp Dragonhead is still open to us. Let us go there. Camp Dragonhead. Yeah, that's way out there. Yeah, it's down this way, I believe. Or where is it? I don't remember. It's like a little room off to the side, if I remember correctly. So maybe it's off in this corner over here? Yeah, I think it may be. Yep, let's go ahead and go. There we go. And now we wait for Offanod.
Forgive me. That took longer than expected. You seem puzzled. Oh, these. I thought something warming might not go amiss. It was not all that long ago that we sat here, you and I. In our very own falling snows, as Lord Horshfron called it. I still struggle to believe he is gone. And Azelle too. I had such hopes for her. Master Matoya asked me what it was all for. Why we fight. And why we die. Were I still commander of the Braves, I would doubtless have replied, for the future of Eorzea. But I'm not that man. Not anymore. I needed a new answer. One that I could live with. And when I saw Estinian at the ceremony, I knew at last what it was. I do not want to be a man who sacrifices his friends and family for a cause. I want to fight for Estinian, and I want to save him. When Nidhogg leads the Horde into battle, Ser Emeric and his forces will do what they believe must be done. That is their choice to make. Yet even if Ser Emeric is willing to forsake Estinian, I am not. We must fight for him, for he is our friend and ally. We may struggle, we may fail, but we must try. We will. I know we will.
Alrighty. Thank you, Narn. It is unfair of me to unburden myself in this manner, time after time, but I'm glad that you permit me nonetheless. You are my true friend and ally. Though not all of our fellow Scions will support our stance on Estinian, I have faith that we'll win them over in due course, such is the infectious power of hope. Right, that's quite enough solemn introspection for one day. I think we would both benefit from some time in the company of Tataru. She stays for us at Four Temps Manor. Let us not keep her waiting any longer. Alright, so we have to go to Four Temps Manor now. Okay, so back to Foundation it is. Alright. Like I said, it's been like it's been at least like 3 weeks since I played, so I'm kind of a bit off tilter. But yeah, we should find the shard right here and be able to get over to Four Temps Manor. Last Vigil, yeah. Seems our Puff of Darkness likes to hang out on our shoulder as well. Yet again we walk onto an all too familiar path, a reminder of when we first came to this manor. Lost and uncertain, we were granted secure in our hour of need. We were saved, now it's our turn to return the favor. Here, let no one say the Scions do not repay their debts. After all, what kind of people would we be if we forsook our friends, if we stopped looking for Yida and Pulpamo, or gave up hope of bringing back Mephilia? Though she knew it would cost her dearly, Memphilia reached out to us to deliver a message. She believed it was imperative that we understand the true nature of the star, of the rift between Zodiac and Hydaelyn, and any of the Ascians' aspirations. But for all that's been revealed, I cannot shake the suspicion that there is much we have yet to learn. In any event, I think it's time we step back from the fray and carefully consider our next course of action. It will not be easy to turn this tragedy to a triumph, but we'll find a way. We will. We will. Alrighty. Well, I don't really need any of this armor, to be honest. I have the best set I have for this expansion, so I guess I'll just take the gold piece. Battle stance, nice.
Of all the ways for it to end. Even before his transformation, I could feel the worm's hatred swirling about Estinian. The terrible, all-consuming rage. Enough to fuel a 1000-year quest for vengeance. It was all I could do not to run away screaming. But Ishgardians, nay, all Eorzeans, are made of sterner stuff. They face danger and death on a daily basis, and understand what it takes to win a war.
Think not too deeply on Master Matoya's words. Her intent was but to steal our resolve. That, and to remind us to look beyond these passing conflicts to trials greater still, to the truth which hides at the heart of this world.
So that's your aim, is it?
You disapprove?
Not at all. I believe it's traditional for the student to follow in the footsteps of the master. And you are so very alike.
Change. that great inexorable wave was upon us, and soon all of Ishgard would bend to its will. For all our sins, for all our scars, the future for which we had long yearned was at last within our grasp. But it would be bought at a heavy price. For in those twilight hours did Nidhogg cry out for vengeance, and his brethren raise their voices for the final chorus of the Dragon Song War.
Caution, Yuna, that is all I ask. Do not be so eager to place your faith in them. Not until we know more. All right. And I believe that was probably another one of the, that was probably like 2.2, I think, or maybe it was 2.1, I can't remember. Or not. Or is it 2? No, we're in the 3s now, I believe, so it should be 3.1 or 3.2 that we just finished. Maybe the healing coffer I could go for this. And Mistress Scorched Us says, well that you are here. You are wanted within. I believe Master Elfenau wishes a word with you. Let's go ahead and head inside and see what's going on for here. Ah, Narn, there you are. Have you a moment? There's something I would fain discuss. Must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner rather forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in guise of Estinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me hope the reason that our friend might be beyond salvation. When he described his fateful transformation as La, I feared him lost forever, but the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I return these stolen Krua for a more empirical appraisal, and full glad that I am that I did, for it would seem that there are some observations of their own to share. Ladies have saved us at the table of the Forgotten Knight. Shall we go? Excellent. Let us not keep our honored colleagues waiting. Alright, nearest shard is right over here.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humours.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the Great Worm.
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the worm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I had sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean...
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Worm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino. By all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Ah! I found you at last! A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Onawa.
Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
They think more of their friends others deliverance and their foes defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind. A timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
All right. I'm guessing we're going to be focusing on taking out Nidhogg at that point. What news has Sir Ermic to share with us, I wonder? Might Sir Ermic perchance have received word of a journey in advance? Maybe they have located Eston. Okay, this does say mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Come, I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Worm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the worm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
You speak of Hraesvelgr?
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelgr's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal. And if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, the battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
We will, my lord. Though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then. We will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
So they actually plan to try and have Hissfelger join in this battle. That'll be interesting. Though he did join us with the join us at the end of the expansion there when we had to fight off the Empire. Excuse me to impose you in this manner, but not all people understand the threat we now face. It is no imposition, Sir Ermic. To Nara and I, Ishgard is our second home. After the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught that we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray oppose all you must. You are true friends. Shall we begin our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shade will strike, but we must assume the time is not our ally. Indeed, with that in mind, I have taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Tataria that you will be escorting me to Salal. I confess I did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are yet unknown to me. We will summon Hissfelger at Zenith in the Churning Mists. Ere we begin our ascent, however, I think it's best that we pay a visit to Ak's Shrine. You seek an advantage in the coming negotiations. I would consult with Vidofnir. I propose this as part of our concern for our condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it would have grave consequences to our alliance. That apart, that she may provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well reasoned. To the Dravinian Forelands, then. Alrighty. Alright, let's see. I think we have to go downward from here. Okay, this is the up path. So there must be another spot here somewhere. Is it right here? No, apparently she's upwards, because we're apparently on the bottom step here. I thought she was down here, but I guess not. Or she probably moved now that she's injured. In here? Yes, okay. That is the way of warriors and her companions. What bringeth you to mine abode? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. Hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep and not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. You are the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed our duty to protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. I'm a dragon full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal. I was tempered by the fires of battle ere that great grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to the era of peace, where man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that every effort to do so were not undone by an ancient rancor. For a truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain, yet we did lack the strength to banish him. Thus we make for some all to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou know as well how he will answer. Haskelvir's heart remains unchained then, a pity. But if it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. How hath ever been in the way for thy kind? Go then, but be warned, the Shade's presence have driven his minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Well, that didn't help much, did it? Though I expected no better answer from Vidofnir, I take a little pleasure from having been proven right. It would seem that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I anticipated. But where's the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Master Alphanod. Scout ahead if you wish, Narn. We shall join you outside Mogholm. I heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders, and I'm reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estidian and Ysel yet walked at our side. Kuba, is that you, Narn? If it isn't Mog, don't tell me you forgot my name, Kupo. After all we've been through together. At least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Narn? I don't know. How could you mistake me for the overstuffed throne warmer? I'm Moghen, courageous Moogle who guided you to Zenith, Kupo. Putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Mogholm, Kupo? Another audience of old Haskelvir. I hope you brought the horn, Kupo. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the great worm's ears easily enough. That's good to hit it here, Moghen. Thank you. We had head pressed on to Zenith while the winds are in our favor. Well, that was unexpected, Kupo. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear about this. Alright, yeah, we can head to Zenith. Actually, I think we can fly there, can't we? Yeah, we haven't gotten to fly for a while, so let's go ahead and do it. This should be the spot right here.
Great Reisvelga, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Reisvelga. I am Emmerich de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people. Foresaw mine intent.
Lis echnitek kasmun ikini, lis nuan jas an esi, salen monanesh, indai in. Staho iani nitek, shines iso, al nuofa is. Sethosk kom initeg kinan, nosk degan en.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope? I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back? So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Worm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Alrighty. I believe I spied a Warren landing just outside the palace. It is doubtful one of the children of whom Hesrier spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. I think at this point, though, this is probably a good stopping place for this video. So next time, we will be taking Hesrier's trial and seeing how that goes for us. So see you then. Actually, it turns out we're really close to the next dungeon here, which I think is right after this little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and continue on here. Pretty much this guy, I think, is going to lead us right to the dungeon, so... My broodmates and I will bear you to the place of the trial. Make your preparations. Yep, that was it. I should have just, like, went over here and talked to this guy. But yeah, besides that, yeah, we'll go ahead and do the dungeon in the next video, so see you then.